Hey, remember to smash that like button, share, and subscribe. You can also drop your questions and comments below or email me. All right, let's dive into today's video. My home country, Norway, has this thing where all guys aged 19 to 44 must do military service. When I hit 19, I was freaking out about the idea of joining the military, so I started looking for ways to get out of it. I'm not a pacifist or anything, but growing up with my parents and brother has made me super unsure about how I'd handle military life, because they had told me time and time again I would not survive the military. They told me time and time again I did not have what it takes to go into the military. And at that time in my life, I was so broken that I believed them. In my search to get out of mandatory conscription, I came across the alternate service program for conscious objectors. Something about the alternate service program did not sit right with me, mainly because most of them who already had joined that program were Christians. I was not a Christian at the time, and I knew I was not a pacifist, but I did not have it in me to go into the military. I was too broken. Despite most people in the alternate service program being Christians, they gave me a good idea to dodge conscription. They said I had two options: claim to be a conscientious objector because I was a Christian, or create my religion where I believed in pacifism. Since becoming a Christian wasn't an option for me at the time, I created my own religion and registered it officially with the county governor. One of the principles of this religion was my belief in pacifism, and I was the only member. It was not long before the media discovered what I had done and phoned my father, requesting an interview with me as the founder of a new religion. My father threatened to sue them if they printed anything. Then he told me in no uncertain words to withdraw the application I had sent to the county governor and make sure my brother, who loved the military, would never hear about this because it would have hurt his feelings. When it was time for the conscription cohort and the physical and psychological tests, I knew I wasn't cut out for a year in the armed forces. So I answered the psychological tests wildly, and it worked. The captain in charge said, "You're either mentally ill or protesting. I don't think you're mentally ill, so I'm putting you in the armed reserves. You won't have to serve as long as we don't need you." This was a solution I could accept. I was too broken to serve, but I was not a pacifist. Many years later, I became a Christian, and looking back on what happened, I asked myself, does the Bible support pacifism? Exodus 20:13 says, "Thou shalt not kill," and some translations say, "Thou shalt not murder." This one verse is often used to show that the Bible supports pacifism. And I remember Christians in the alternate service program for conscious objectors used this verse. I'm sure many of us have heard countless sermons explaining how this verse, along with Matthew 5:21, confirms that we can't take a life under any circumstances. But the Torah, the 5 books of Moses and the prophets, says we can't murder. But it is a sin not to kill if the circumstances warrant it, such as war or self-defense of yourself and your family. That is something that resonates with me. A God who says we can't murder, but if there is no other way to protect ourselves, our family, and our country, then it is a sin not to kill. Hey, remember to smash that like button, share, and subscribe. You can also drop your questions and comments below or email me. Until next time, God bless.